As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, you're live.
Okay. I want to welcome everyone to tonight's town board meeting. May 2nd, May 2nd of 2024. And I move that we open the meeting and then oh yes. Do you want to respond to that?
No.
Okay. And then and then close the meeting and then start executive session.
So you're not really closing because we're not leaving. You're going to move to go into executive
Oh,
session?
we're moving to go into executive session.
good
I'll get
idea.
the hang of this after a few years, I'm sure.
Okay. Leo?
I second.
And the purpose of your executive session is?
It's on our sheet. It's to interviews for open volunteer positions.
Beautiful. So that way the people at home that are watching know why we're going into executive session.
Okay.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
We're switching. So, Councilperson Zahern?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
And let the record reflect that Councilman Rebellard will be absent this evening.
Okay. I am Leo Blackman, and I am welcoming everyone to the May 2nd town board meeting. And
We're coming out of executive.
we're coming out of executive session. And I just realized I put the wrong date on the agenda. Okay, so we'll start with a
No, you
saluting.
came out of executive session?
We came out of executive session.
And who's seconding that motion?
Oh, who is seconding that motion?
We vote.
Okay.
I know, a
So
few
that'll be
years from
Nicole.
now, we're going to have this down cold.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmember Zahern?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now we can start our regular meeting.
Okay, let's start by saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and then the emergency exits for any of you who are new. The door you came in and this door goes out to the corridor as well. And we're going to do public comment first. Do you want to start? Yeah, I mean, you know.
You got 3 minutes.
You have other places to go.
So as
you've only got 3 minutes
teachers
anyway.
approaching the podium,
Yes.
just for our roll call and for the record and for those that are present
that's
and
a good
watching on
idea.
TV land, Supervisor Blackman?
Yes?
present?
Here.
Present.
Council members
Present.
Ahern?
So many
Ham?
rules.
Here.
Winters?
Present.
And let the record reflect that Councilman Rebellard will be absent this evening.
Okay.
Hi all,
Hi all. Just introduce yourself for the newcomers.
Deirdre Houston, Dutchess County Legislator.
And thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I just wanted to update you guys on a few things on the county level. June 1st is our first of the year the Household Hazardous Waste Disposable and Electronic Recycling event. It always happens on Burnett Boulevard in Poughkeepsie. The only thing is you must pre-register for this. It's a $10 registration fee, and registration opened yesterday, May 1st, and it does fill up rather quickly. So if you have things that you want to dispose of, you should act this week. Go to Dutchess County website, register online, and it's a $10 fee to register. And then June 1st is the event. I think it's like 10 to 2, but once you register, you'll get the exact times.
On the flyer, it said that we should expect there to be lines when we get there.
Well, they take up to 400 households for
Oh my God.
registration. So I think
That would
I
do
don't-
it.
I have personally never gone to it. I should go to it, but I don't know if you get a time slot or if you just you could show up any time.
Okay.
But if it's 400 households,
That's
you
a
may
lot.
have a line.
Okay.
I also do know that later in the year, the registration is less voracious, so that maybe if you really have stuff you don't mind holding on to for a few more months, maybe in the fall, if your time is precious, you could do it in the fall.
Thank you.
We were notified, I think, 2 weeks ago, that we had applied for a grant from New York State on the county level for up to $13 million for the homeless shelter we had discussed in Poughkeepsie that we had put on hold due to, of course, cost overruns. And New York State has awarded us the full $13 million in grant funding. So we will be having discussions with the county in the next month or two to decide how to move forward with that. But the homeless shelter and the grant was specific to the single location that we had originally identified, which was in the city of Poughkeepsie on Oakley Street. It's a building that the county purchased, we owned it. We'll see how we're going to move forward with that, but we were excited to get the grant from the state.
Okay, and just so I understand, there were cost overruns and the 13 million is making the project whole, is that right?
So we actually only sent it out for design and bid documents. So how the county does it is we do, before we bond anything,
Okay.
it goes out for design, and then it comes back to the legislature for funding.
Oh, okay.
And when the bid documents came back, we did not send it for funding because we had estimated, I believe, 10 million to build it, and it came back way higher.
Okay.
And we just, at the time, didn't think that that was a reasonable thought. We thought maybe we wait a year or two, see if construction costs come down, and what happened. And so obviously they haven't come down, as we all know. But the state did award us the $13 million. So financially, I would see us moving forward, but, you know, obviously times change in the next couple of years. But I'll certainly know by the next time I come out to you whether or not we will be moving forward and accepting those grant dollars.
Thank you.
And I think that's pretty much all I have, unless you guys have anything for me. Great.
Any questions? No, but thank you so much for attending. We appreciate it, always. Okay, public comment. Anyone else? Go right ahead. And I'll remind everyone 3 minutes again, just, you know.
Salvatore La Rosa, 15 Spruce Hill. I just want to spare a few words about this your discussion, the proposal for changing the zoning law. And I remember you're saying, you know, want to see why in the past multifamily dwellings were not allowed in SR. So I went back, I read some of the document. You know, I just want to share with you what I found. Basically, you know, you can just refer to the existing town code. First of all,
Go ahead.
definition, suburban residential. The purpose of this district is to maintain the character of existing suburban density residential development. So this is just the definition. Then you go to chapter 121.3, scope, authority, and purpose. Item A. I don't read them all, but, you know, I read the pieces that are significant. To conserve the rural character of the town by encouraging development in appropriate locations, limiting building in areas where it would adversely affect the town's predominant rural pattern and scale of settlement. Item D. In recognition of the economic value of Amenia natural beauty, to protect wildlife habitat, natural vegetation, maintain environmentally significant open space in order to maintain property value and preserve the open and rural character of the town. Item G, to regulate building density in order to concentrate population in appropriate locations where municipal infrastructure is available. Item K, to improve transportation facilities in areas designated for intensive settlement, taking advantage of commuter railroad stations. I think it was SAIC would be the place. Item number N, provide a flexible system of land use regulation while preserving the most important natural, historic, scenic, architectural and cultural features. And finally, number O, to base such land and regulation on the unique characteristic of the landscape and the impact of proposed land uses on the natural and human environment to avoid pattern of development that adversely affect the scenic, historic, rural, and natural character of the town. And then, you know, you can go to the table and see the difference between the... it seems to me that, you know, the people who have put together the current code are being consistent with all the recommendation of the comprehensive plan and other studies. So if you want to change it, take into account that that will be a significant change, in my opinion, to the current philosophy. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay,
Finally, it's coming down.
we're going to get home in a decent hour.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a few things to discuss. Oh, no. Before that, I can do my report. Damn. Okay. Which I'm sure everyone's been waiting for. That's it? Yeah, okay. So on the senior swim, Rosanna has continued to push on this. We have the information in terms of what the sort of terms would be. With Maplebrook, we need to have some more conversations to make sure that we're all in agreement, and then presumably give that information to Ian so he can draw up an agreement with them so that we can vote on that as a board. But I'm hoping that we will be able to do that within the next couple of months. Emergency planning, we made a second attempt last night at getting all the members of the Amenia Emergency Operations Committee to a meeting. They didn't all. Those who attended reviewed our emergency operations plan and suggested revisions. Once those revisions are entered, it'll be sent to the town board for approval. And several people also noted the need for an emergency notification system for residents. That was made very obvious with the water main break, and that will likely require residents to sign up for a list or to sign on to or to download an app in order to get that information. So in other words, if there's another emergency and people haven't signed up, I don't want to say you're on your own, but it would behoove people to sign up for that when we get it figured out. The highway garage, we expect to receive John Andrews' final request for proposal. I spoke to him today, seeking an engineer architectural firm to draw up the project and supervise construction. I contacted New York State Department of Transportation to see if we could share their driveway next door on Route 22 to save on cost, to reduce the amount of excavation and grading, and they said no, but they were receptive to helping with some other road issues in town, like speeding on 22, and I'll follow up with them on that. The Water District, the board will be voting tonight on two water-related items. One is to hire a water engineer to test our wells for groundwater contamination. Dutchess County Department of Health required that. And the second is to send a request for qualifications to engineers to design the improvements needed on the Lavelle Road wells and pump house. The issue there is that because the Lavelle Road water services are just a few inches above the height of the pond or lake next to it, that we want an engineer to check to see whether those can be kind of adapted so that the wells, which are our highest producing wells, can remain there, but just be made higher above the water level. And the first test is to see whether the groundwater, the pond and such, are actually impacting the well, which is into the rock below. So that's what that test is for. Gymnasium floor. Tracy Saladay, the architect for the project, has completed a formal RFP for removal installation of the flooring. We'll vote on accepting the RFP tonight, except I just got it this afternoon, so I haven't shown it to you all, but I will pass that around. On the town hall interior, we are hoping that this room will serve as a combined boardroom for the town board, the planning board, and the zoning board, and that it'll be ready for our next town board meeting, which is May 16th. May 16th. I am going to set up a meeting with Mike Flint and the chairs of those two boards to get input on the room layout and the video equipment that we need, especially so that people coming to a planning board meeting, for instance, can actually see the drawings that the board is supposed to see, and that the board can actually see the drawings, because there won't be like one little thing held in front of them. Anyway, but we're hoping that the staff and committee room on the second floor will be ready the same day. The Northeast Community Center, before NECC can open their satellite office, which they've offered, we have to draft an agreement similar to the Historical Society for the use of the classroom they're interested in. Also, we have to make sure that the Planning and Zoning Board are not terribly unhappy with this room. Otherwise, I promised that we would rethink that. Downtown improvements. I was asked by the owners of the new bakery on Main Street to cut a ribbon for their opening last Saturday. Unfortunately, all the visitors looking to try Tartan Bread's pastries found a sign closed for technical issues. However, downtown was jammed and there were more cars downtown than I've ever seen and people. We hope to see Kyle and Christophe up and running soon, but there are a lot of disappointed visitors on
You
Saturday.
should come out on Monday night to the music service. They got just jammed. It's nice.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. Earth Day, the Amenia Climate Smart Community Task Force joined with Millerton's group to celebrate Earth Day at Town Hall Saturday, April 20th, and there was a big crowd, and they learned about many environmental opportunities. And I think that's it. Wow. Okay, you're up, Dawn.
All right, good evening, everyone. I did present prior to the meeting the April 18th minutes, as the board had the opportunity to review and ready to accept.
Yes.
Who would like to make that motion?
Second.
I need somebody to make it.
I'll make the motion.
So close, and then Paul,
You
thanks,
motioned it?
guys.
I did.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Ahern?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Also, I do share with all present that the total state, county, and local revenues for the town clerk's office for the month of April was $506.75, with the local share having been remitted to the supervisor in the amount of $481.75. As we know, tax collection is coming to a closure at the end of this month, but out of the 2015 parcels that we have, there's only a remaining 187 parcels that remain, which does equal to be collected $2,722,815.67. And so just to kind of break that down, total taxes collected, $6,904,120.55. And in penalties we've collected thus far, $10,849.20. Friendly last final reminder that I'll be giving this month on television, and you guys are going to hear the reruns. Taxes are collected here at the local level through May 31st, after which time your taxes will be collected at the county at their tax collection rates. So if you are able to make those last final payments here at the local level, I do encourage you to do so. After our last meeting, you guys did make an appointment for Mary Utter to the Water Department. Unfortunately, she's had to decline that invitation shortly thereafter the meeting, so I do acknowledge that. I also do have to regretfully present to you guys the resignation of Barbara Ratonek from our Ethics Committee. Is there a motion to accept?
We'll accept with regret.
Thank you.
I second.
Rosanna. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ahern?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
And Winters?
Yes.
I do have that, you heard earlier this evening, that the supervisor to have the opportunity to meet with members of the Emergency Response Committee. During that meeting, we did present a name and a candidate to be added to our committee, and at this time, I am presenting to the board for the approval of Aaron Howard to our Emergency Response Committee for the year of 2024. Is there a motion to accept?
I would accept that gratefully.
Thank you.
I second.
Susanna. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ahern?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
And Winters?
Yes.
And I also do recall
ready for us?
that, and as, he's used to working with us. And it's always a pleasure, Aaron. Aaron is in the audience today for those that don't know that at home. So this is a pleasure to have him back here on part of this team with us here. Also, I do know at our last meeting, you guys had the opportunity to interview candidates for the Ethics Board.
And I would like to make a motion to reappoint Jeff Barnett Winsby to the term to expire 12/31/2024, and to appoint Damian Gutierrez for the term to expire on 12/31/2025, and to appoint Diane Rivera for a term that expires on 12/31/2026.
And
I'll
is there,
sec- ooh.
Leo?
I'll second that.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Ahern?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
And Winters?
Yes.
Although we're doing our appointments, I do have to still acknowledge that we have open seats for our Recreation Commission, Water District, and Wastewater Committee at this time. Should anyone be interested in fulfilling in any of those positions, please do not hesitate to send your letter of interest in your resume to townclerk@ameniany.gov, or you feel free to drop that right off in the town clerk's office Monday through Thursday between 9 and 3. I do know we have a lot of exciting activities that you guys are going to share momentarily, I'm sure. But this month is town clerk, it's called Professional Municipal Clerks Week. It's next week. And the town clerks in Dutchess County all get together and we do an activity or an event that gives back. I don't know if they didn't like us helping out with the rebuild at Dutchess, and we helped out in Poughkeepsie. Hammers and, some electrical tools were pretty cool, but this year we thought we'd keep it a little bit more simple and down to earth and really involve all of our community members. And we're going to host a food drive. We're going to do a blood drive and drive. Our food drive. So if anyone is interested, please feel free to drop off any of their food donations here at the Amenia Town Hall during the month of May, and then our donations will be distributed throughout the county. We are accepting pet food, personal hygiene items, cleaning products, and toilet paper are always welcome. So I know everybody always wants to bring in the canned vegetables, but there are other products that are always very helpful and appreciated, and I would like to encourage everyone to help me and be part of the team and supporting all of the Dutchess County town clerks countywide as we do this event.
Dawn, can I just make a suggestion on that? Maybe you should make up a list of things that you want, give people ideas, and just either post it on the website or post it on the bulletin board.
Yeah, we're just doing like a general flyer, so I mean, for here, maybe we can work afterwards what we could use locally. I had said that I would do it and submit over here to our pantry, the Immaculate Conception. So if I can work with you afterwards and we can get some of the items that that they're low, and I'll be glad to put what we need here in our own community.
Okay.
So thank you. As you guys heard at the last meeting, I was really excited that we're going to have a pet first aid training offered here at the town hall. So I now have the flyer that I promised that would be coming. So it's hot off the press. We're going to have our free pet first aid training. It's going to be offered here at the Amenia Town Hall Wednesday, June 5th. It's from 7 to 9. It's going to be located here at the Amenia Town Hall Auditorium. There is registration has been asked, and I think they're saying it's required. So we'll have this up on our website beginning Monday. I do know some of my friends have already shared it on Facebook, so you can sign up there as well. But we have our co-sponsor of the Top Dog 4-H Club, who will also be collecting cat and dog food to benefit the Hudson Valley Animal Rescue Sanctuary and the local cat rescue. So this is a great month to come and do your drop-offs here at the town hall. We'll be glad to support all efforts that we can do.
I heard they have 70 people registered already.
That's great.
Wow.
So I think we have some really great events, so save those dates. I know Sunday we're going to have the Rattlesnake Run coming into Wassake, so that's going to be a fun day. So, anything else fun and exciting that you guys want to share?
Saturday is Weebatuck Community Day at this high school, 10 to 2, rain or shine, and the Weebatuck PTA welcomes all local organizations or vendors to participate. You can put up a table, booth, and it's a wonderful opportunity to get your message out to our families or showcase your business. If you have any questions, you can contact the Weebatuck PTA. There is only one more day, but you can still get a booth there.
There's also an open house at the Highway Garage. A delightful morning is planned from 10 to 1 this Saturday.
If you can find it.
If you can find it. I think use your GPS, but it's behind the old Borden plant in Wassaic. The reason is because I don't think anyone can imagine how horrible it is, and I think it would be really helpful, especially for those of you out in our TV audience, to attend. There are going to be some Dunkin' Donuts munchkins, I believe, and coffee. I know. And anyway, the point is that our garage is in terrible shape. There's not enough room for the trucks. I mean, the trucks barely fit in there now. The building is kind of coming apart at the seams, and the salt shed is right on the Wasaic Creek. And anyway, I was shocked 2 years ago when I was there for the first time and remember those munchkins. So anyway, I hope a lot of people will show up 10 to 1 this Saturday. Wait, I had another one too. Also on, is May 4th Saturday?
Yes.
Yes, thank God. Okay, also on Saturday, the Amenia Repair Cafe, that's organized by the Climate Smart Community Task Force. And they did this last year, but it's kind of gotten, there are more people participating this year as people who can fix things, so you can save items that you would otherwise throw out. There's going to be someone who can fix clothing, someone who can repair bikes, someone who can repair furniture and small wooden objects, lamps, electronic small appliances, and sharpening knives. So, and the people who are doing the work, you know, are happy to get donations, but basically the idea is to bring things to be fixed that you may not have the skill or time to do.
Just an idea for people, they also sharpen your garden tools for the summer.
Oh, right, garden tools as well. Thank you, I did too.
And also, I think they wanted to note that they're not accepting anything after 1:30 to be.
Oh, right, because it closes this is from 10 to 2, and because it closes at 2, they can't really accept stuff for people to work on in the last half hour, so get there early. Okay. Are there other board or committee reports? What?
Everyone's on our side tonight.
I know, so everyone's okay. All right, so on we go. Under discussion, I made a list of things that I realized we're not moving forward because we don't actually have any text written that we can discuss. So what I asked is for the members of the board to take on these particular topics and write something up so that 2 weeks from now we can have a proper discussion because there'll be suggestions made. For instance, Paul is very interested in term limits, but we don't know what proposed rules might be, so he's going to work on that. And also for the cannabis opt-in policy,
I want to comment on that.
please.
The DEA last week announced that they're going to reschedule marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. So for years,
Is that good?
Yeah, well, for years, marijuana has been scheduled just like cocaine.
Oh, okay.
And now they're going to reschedule it to Schedule 3, which makes it like Tylenol.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
even the federal government is moving ahead with this stuff. I know it's been a little controversial here the past month or two that we've discussed it, but things are moving along.
I also happened to meet the woman who's the supervisor in, what is the first town when you cross into Mass? Sheffield.
Yep.
Who said that they have one marijuana dispensary there and made an astounding amount of money, had no trouble with, vagrants or people who were, falling over stoned or whatever, that none of that happened despite everyone being very worried, and that they were very pleased that they did it. So just FYI, because, I need firsthand information. Okay, so that's one. So the term limits was one, the cannabis was the other thing, because obviously there
I'll do them both.
and Paul's going to do both, because obviously there are restrictions in terms of, there's some stuff that was required by the state, but there are other issues in terms of how many dispensaries could be in town, how far apart they are.
Zoning, like we don't want
It's
anything like
zoning
down on Main
issues.
Street. I think we've kind of come to an agreement amongst ourselves where we'd like to see it.
Yep.
We're going to try to do it right.
There's also, we've been discussing a procurement policy. We have one drafted, thank you for that, Charlie. And Ian sent us some from other towns. Rosanna volunteered to go through all the different procurement policies and make recommendations for what should be included in ours. The Comprehensive Plan Committee said they were unclear about the scope of what we asked them to do, and we had some discussion about this last time in terms of whether they were just going to update the comprehensive plan for things that were factually inaccurate, like the fact that Silo hadn't been built yet, or do something broader. And I think what I had recommended to them, but we will discuss it next time when I have something on paper, I guess, is how far they should go and whether at the end of that process they should be proposing what the next steps are, what else needs to be worked on, or when they want to take that on now. But they're asking for our direction on that, and I'll do that. Unless someone else wants to. The other two issues here that we need to come up with some regulations to discuss are the Wassaic kilns. Once they are turned over to the town, which they will be fairly soon. We need to know exactly what hours they'll be open.
Sunrise, sunset.
Well,
Simple.
right, but there are other issues, which is that if someone is serious about, like, the archaeology or the construction of those buildings, right now they don't let people up close to them, and how will we handle that, and various other odds and ends, and parking and such.
Back in the 80s, we used to drink beer in there.
I know, and that's very sad that we probably won't be able to anymore, but since we're on the board, you never know. But anyway, we need to figure out what kind of proposal we want to make for the use of that area and lighting and security and other things. So Nicole, because Brad's not here and you are, if you're willing, you can choose between the Wassaic kilns and the zoning issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Take the kiln.
Yeah.
You're taking?
Kilns.
Kiln, okay. And then zoning, we can assign to Brad because he didn't show tonight. That's the way I like to do things, but if he is completely opposed to that, then I'll take that one on, so I'll have to call Brad and present that to him.
Comprehensive one is, are you giving that?
I'm sorry, the comprehensive
That's
plan?
not going to anybody, right?
No, I'll do that. I mean, I drafted
Cleared it
something,
up,
so I'll,
yeah.
so I'll
Okay.
just do something that we can actually vote on. Okay, so that wasn't really much of a discussion. It was really putting together enough information that we can have a discussion next time. So I hope no one is too disappointed with that.
Just on some of these items,
Yes,
if there are
yes.
questions with the legalities, if whoever is handling whatever, if they wanted to reach out, I
Thank you,
can
Ian.
help.
Yeah, no, you
Appreciate
and I will be
that.
working a lot together.
Okay. All right, great. Okay, resolutions. There are fewer than usual. Well, I don't know that it's fewer than usual, but at least it's all stuff we've discussed. Where is my package of those? Right here. Okay. Okay, so the first one is reappointment of the chairperson. Oh, wait, what's the number for this?
52.
52. Lucky 52. So Resolution 52 is reappointment, and I'm going to let you all just sort of go in sequence, if you don't mind. Well, you can't read, but you two I will make read. Well, it's not that he doesn't know how to read. He has a problem with his throat, actually. So I didn't want to, I have to be,
I
clear
want to
about-
apologize, everybody missing 2 weeks ago. I have sleep apnea, so they went and did some surgery on me. So now I won't have to deal with that at night because they put a little electronic device in there and ran a wire up to my throat.
Wow.
So my throat has been very sore, so I'm not doing a lot of talking.
I didn't even know they could do that. That's good to learn.
Yeah.
See, it's always worth tuning in. Okay, so Resolution 52, reappointment of the chairperson of the Town of Amenia Zoning Board of Appeals. Whereas the position of chairperson for the Zoning Board of Appeals is currently vacant, and whereas Terry Metcalf has expressed his desire to be reappointed to the position of chairperson of the Zoning Board of Appeals, now therefore be it resolved that, 1, the recitations set forth above are incorporated in this resolution as if fully set forth and adopted herein, which you're going to have to explain to me, Ian. I don't know why we keep repeating that line, but not right now. 2, the Town Board of the Town of Amenia does hereby designate and reappoint Terry Metcalf to the position of chairperson of the Zoning Board of Appeals for calendar year 2024. And 3, in accordance with the January 4th, 2024 Town Board reorg meeting, Terry Metcalf shall be paid a stipend of $2,045. I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes?
Councilpersons Ham?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. Nicole, you want to take resolution number 53 about Furnace Bank Road?
Sure. Authorize authorizing closure of Furnace Bank Road for the Rattlesnake Run, whereas the town of Amenia will be hosting Rattlesnake Run on Sunday, May 5th, 2024, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., and whereas Florent, is it LaCroix?
For rent, Lacroix.
Lacroix, I
Oh,
believe.
LaCroix. Run director of
6 years of
Rattlesnake
French
Run
finally comes in handy.
has requested the closure of Furnace Bank Road to the intersection of Nelson Hill Road during the time of this event for public safety reasons, and whereas pursuant to Section 104 of the Highway Law, the Town of Amenia Highway Superintendent has filed a certificate and notice to close a highway which is annexed hereto and made a part hereto of, and whereas the Town Board of the Town of Amenia has the authority to close highways in the Town of Amenia to allow for public assembly pursuant to Vehicle and Traffic Law 1660. Now therefore be it resolved as follows: the recitations set forth above are incorporated in the resolution as it fully set forth and adopted herein. That pursuant to Vehicle and Traffic Law 1660, the Town Board of the Town of Amenia hereby directs that Furnace Bank Road to the intersection of Nelson Hill Road shall be closed on Sunday, May 5th, 2024, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. for the Rattlesnake Run. 3, that a copy of this resolution be sent to Florent LaCroix, Run Director of Rattlesnake Run, the Wassaic Fire Department, the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office, the New York State Police, and the Superintendent of Highways.
I'll motion that.
I'll second.
Supervisor
Just so
Blackman.
everybody knows, this guy is a teacher up at Millbrook Private School. He came to the Recreation Commission last year proposing this to get this going a little bit more. So hopefully we'll get a lot of residents coming out. They're going to start it up in Millerton and different points. Hopefully this will become a yearly thing.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes?
Councilpersons Ham,
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Okay, Rosanna, if you don't mind. This is 54.
Employing alternate town forester for calendar year 2024. Whereas the town of Amenia is seeking to employ an alternate town forester for those times when there is a conflict, and Christopher Prentice, CF of Lower Hudson Forestry Service LLC is unable to provide the needed services. And whereas the town of Amenia Planning Board received a proposal from Brent Feldwig of Forest All Consulting and Saw Milling dated May 1st, 2024 for the position of alternate town forester. And whereas the town board, with the recommendation of the planning board, is desirous of employing Brent Feldwig of Forest All Consulting and Saw Milling for the position of alternate town forester in accordance with the said proposal, a copy of which is annexed hereto. Now therefore be it resolved as follows. The recitations set forth above are incorporated in this resolution as if fully set forth and adopted herein. The Town Board of the Town of Amenia, with a recommendation of the Planning Board, hereby employs and retains Brent Feldwig of Forest All Consulting and Saw Milling as alternate town forester for the purposes of reviewing timber harvest applications, field review of harvests, as well as any other items that the Planning Board may need for review and approval of said applications when there is a conflict, and Christopher Prentice, CF, of Lower Hudson Valley Forestry Services, LLC, is unavailable to provide such services. Brent Feldwig of Forest All Consulting and Saw Milling shall be paid for such services in accordance with the proposal submitted to the Town of Amenia dated May 1st, 2024, a copy of which is annexed hereto. The town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the engagement agreement. I make that motion.
I'll second it. Just so everybody knows, a forester gets paid $100 an hour.
Well, a tree could fall on it.
Yeah.
Hazard pay, I'm sure.
Supervisor Blackman.
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham,
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Okay, resolution 55. I'll take this one. Okay, accepting full environmental assessment form and authorizing circulation to all involved agencies with Town of Amenia's intent to serve as lead agency. Whereas the town of Amenia is proposing to construct a new town highway facility on a 5-acre parcel of property on the east side of New York State Route 22, approximately 2,200 feet south of South Sinpatch Road and New York State Route 22 junction, more particularly described as tax parcel number 132000-70640, 7064-00-823855. And whereas the town highway garage facility would include an approximately 13,000 square foot garage with a 23,000 square foot covered outdoor storage and a 35,000 square foot salt storage shed.
3,500.
What did I say, 35,000? Yeah, that would be too big. Whereas the town highway garage facility would also include infrastructure such as groundwater well, a below-ground fuel tank and fuel pump, a below-ground propane tank, a 1,000-gallon below-ground septic tank with a pump station force main to a septic, is that correct, Ian? A septic abortion field?
What's in it?
I don't think we want to get involved in that in this town.
That's not correct.
Absorption field, that's what it is.
Absorption.
Absorption.
It's a terrible spell.
Okay, so no one needs to worry. Okay, absorption is still legal in Amenia. A backup electrical generator, roof-mounted solar panels, a fire suppression system, and dumpster enclosure requiring a State Environmental Quality Review Act (SEQRA) analysis to be completed, and whereas the town board previously authorized Labella Associates to commence the SEQRA review process and prepare the necessary full environmental assessment form (FEAF) for circulation to all involved agencies with the town's intent to serve as lead agency, and whereas Labella Associates has prepared and submitted Part 1 of the FEAF to the town board for approval and circulation as set forth herein, a copy of which is annexed here too, now therefore be it resolved as follows. 1, the recitations set forth above are incorporated in this resolution as if fully set forth and adopted herein. 2, the town board of the town of Amenia hereby accepts and approves Part 1 of the FEAF prepared by Labella Associates in the form annexed hereto. 3, the town board hereby authorizes the town supervisor to execute the FEAF and circulate it to all involved agencies with the town of Amenia's intent to serve as lead agency. And I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes?
Council members Ham?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
All right, willing to take another
56.
Yes.
turn on that?
Resolution number
56.
56, authorizing request for proposals for Town Hall Gymnasium floor replacement project. Whereas the town of Amenia is seeking to retain a qualified contractor to refurnish or replace the town's 2,436 square foot gymnasium floor, and whereas this is a Type 2 action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, and therefore not subject to review under SEQRA.
SEQRA.
SEQRA. And whereas the town of Amenia has caused the preparation of a request for proposals for contractor services for the town of Amenia Town Hall Gymnasium floor replacement, a copy of which is annexed here too. Now therefore be it resolved that the recitations set forth above are incorporated in this resolution as it fully set forth and adopted herein. The town board has determined that this is a Type 2 action under SEQRA and therefore not subject to review under SEQRA. The town board of the town of Amenia hereby authorizes the formal solicitation for requests for proposals for contractor services for the town of Amenia Town Hall Gymnasium floor replacement from qualified contractors to refinish or replace the town's 2,436 square foot gymnasium floor, as more particularly set forth in the request for proposals for contractor services for the town of Amenia Town Hall Gymnasium floor replacement. The request for proposals shall be submitted for publication in the official newspaper of the town by May 3rd, 2024, and posted to the town's website. All proposals shall be submitted in accordance with the aforementioned requests for proposals identified above, and such proposals must be submitted in writing to Dawn Marie Klinger, Town Clerk, no later than 2 p.m. May 31st, 2024. Upon receipt of the proposals, the town board shall review same and shall award the contract for the aforementioned services in accordance with the town's procurement policy in accordance with General Municipal Law 103, except, however, the town board expressly reserves the right to reject any and all proposals in accordance with applicable law.
I'll motion that.
I'll second it because I have a comment. Tracy Saladay, who's sitting in the audience, wave, is the architect for the project. And Tracy has, I'm not going to make you say anything, Tracy, don't be alarmed, okay. And Tracy has prepared the documents for the floor. What we didn't do is set up a formal bid process, and because of the estimates we've gotten, we now know that it's going to be beyond the cost at which we're allowed to not bid a project out. So we do need to bid this project, and Tracy has drafted a request for proposals. Her drawings are already done. She's met with a bunch of flooring contractors and spoken to them about different products. And it becomes sort of complicated because only 2 vendors in this whole area are able to install one of them. So it just has been a long road. But in any event, we're going to send out this RFQ, and hopefully we will get responses soon. It is it is all very specialized. So anyway, I just wanted you to know what's going on. And if we approve this RFQ, which I hope we will, then we'll be able to send that out right away.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilpersons Ham?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. Rosanna, I think you're up for 57.
57. Authorizing request for qualification for engineering services in connection with Town of Amenia Water District Number 1. Whereas the Town of Amenia is seeking professional engineering services in connection with the Town of Amenia Water District Number 1 capital projects, and whereas this is a Type 2 action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, and therefore not subject to review under SECRA, and whereas the Town of Amenia has caused the preparation of a request for qualifications for engineering services for the Town of Amenia Water District Number 1, a copy of which is annexed hereto. Now therefore be it resolved that the recitations set forth above are incorporated in this resolution as if fully set forth and adopted herein. The Town Board has determined that this is a Type 2 action under SECRA and therefore not subject to review under SECRA. The Town Board of the Town of Amenia hereby authorizes the formal solicitation for request of qualifications for engineering services for the Town of Amenia Water District Number 1 from qualified engineers in connection to the Town of Amenia Water District Number 1 capital projects, as more particularly set forth in the request for qualifications for engineering services for the Town of Amenia Water District Number 1. The request for qualifications shall be submitted for publication in the official newspaper of the town by May 3rd, 2024, and posted to the town's website. All proposals shall be submitted in accordance with the aforementioned request for proposals identified above, and such proposals must be submitted in writing to Dawn Marie Klingner, Town Clerk, no later than 2 p.m. May 31st, 2024. Upon receipt of the proposals, the Town Board shall review same and shall award the contract for the aforementioned services in accordance with the town's procurement policy and in accordance with the General Municipal Law Number 103, except, however, the Town Board expressly reserves the right to reject any and all proposals in accordance with the applicable law. I make a motion to... Go ahead.
Okay, I'll second that, because again, I have something to say, which is just that if people are not clear about what this is, our previous water operator had made suggestions of a pretty large scope project to repair our water system. And while we know there are problems, the new water, I was always a little skeptical about how big that project became. The new water operator feels very strongly that we don't need to replace our water storage tank. There's just some minor rust patching to be done, that we don't need to buy new land to drill new wells on, 2 new wells on, because the wells on Lavelle Road are functioning just fine. We just have to make sure that that doesn't change with climate change. And so we need to get a new engineer's report to apply for grants if we want to do this less expensively. So that's what this is about. Okay.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilpersons Ham?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. All right, the last one, which is 50, what?
858.
58, thank you. Approving proposal for engineering, rest your instrument, Paul. Approving proposal for engineering services from Delaware Engineering, DPC, to conduct groundwater under the direct influence of surface water, GWUDI assessment. Whereas the town of Amenia is seeking to retain professional engineering services to conduct a groundwater under the direct influence of surface water assessment of the Lavelle Road wells 4 and 4A in conformance with the request from the Dutchess County Department of Health. And whereas the town of Amenia received a proposal from Delaware Engineering, DPC, dated April 30, 2024, for professional engineering services to conduct a groundwater under the direct influence of surface water. I guess I have to figure out how to pronounce Gawudi, because it's too long otherwise. Assessment of the Lavelle Road wells 4A and 4 in conformance with the request from the Dutchess County Department of Health. And whereas the town board of the town of Amenia would like to retain the services of Delaware Engineering, DPC, to conduct a Gawudi assessment of the Lavelle Road wells 4 and 4A in conformance with the request from the Dutchess County Department of Health. And whereas this is a Type 2 action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, and therefore not subject to review under SECRA. Whereas the professional engineering services to be provided by Delaware Engineering, DPC, to the town constitute professional services which are exempt from the bidding requirements under general municipal law and the town of Amenia's procurement policy. And whereas the town board has determined that there are sufficient funds to pay the anticipated budget to the assessment in the amount of $5,000, which will be paid from the transmission distribution CE engineering budget line 1.083404.06.163.00. Now, therefore, be it resolved as follows: the recitations set forth above are incorporated in this resolution as if fully set forth and adopted herein. 2, the town board of the town of Amenia has determined that this is a Type 2 action under SECRA, which I do not think is a French word, and therefore not subject to review under SECRA. 3, the town board determines that the professional engineering services to be provided by Delaware Engineering, DPC, to the town constitute professional services which are exempt from the bidding requirements under General Municipal Law 103 and the town of Amenia's procurement policy. 4, the town board hereby approves the proposal from Delaware Engineering, DPC, dated April 30, 2024, for professional engineering services to conduct a Gawudi assessment of the Lavelle Road wells 4 and 4A in conformance with a request from the Dutchess County Department of Health, a copy of which is annexed here too. 5, the town board hereby authorizes the town supervisor to execute the annexed proposal from Delaware Engineering, DPC, to conduct a groundwater under the direct influence of surface water Gawudi assessment of the Lavelle Road wells 4 and 4A. 6, the town board hereby authorizes the payment for said engineering services from the transmission distribution CE engineering budget line. Well, I already read that. You know what it is. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman,
Yes.
Councilmembers Ham.
Yes.
Winters.
Yes.
And Ahern.
Yes.
Great. Well, that is the last resolution. Thank you all for moving through that so incredibly efficiently. We have other matters. Does the board have other matters they would like to discuss?
I just want to, so something that Leo brought up before, the supervisor brought up before, is about the term limits. A lot of people, when I was campaigning, had expressed interest in possibly us creating some term limits here in this town. There's some people who disagree with that. So the best way to do this is to put it up as a vote to the community, I think, would be the best way. But what I want to kind of learn more from the community, anybody can email me at pwinters@amenia.gov.NY. How many years should somebody be sitting up on this board? 12 years, 16 years? And how long should the supervisor? Should the supervisor really be having to worry about running every 2 years for a position? He's only one vote just like everybody else, so why shouldn't the supervisor be up there for 4 years as well?
Or if people think it should be for life, that's totally fine
Well,
too, after my term.
We're not going to play that one, but, so I just want to hear from the community. 12 years is 16 years. That's it.
Okay, I thought we did that. Okay, hold on, apparently we skipped
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the resolutions.
I don't think we had it.
All right, wait one moment.
Are we missing?
Yeah, we're missing one.
The one that I was not showing.
Appeals 52, is that?
It was the one that Ian was not preparing.
Yeah, the Verge.
Oh,
Verge was preparing.
I thought that was, Charlie, you don't have to happen to have that on your person, do you? The Burge's,
Emails to everybody.
okay, maybe I can get it on my phone then, thank you. One second. Okay. This won't take a minute. Oops.
So if everyone is looking at the agenda, you'll note that we skipped over item number 4 in the resolutions.
There's the attachment. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we? I didn't even see that.
It happens, you get start reading a lot.
Yeah.
Just start
Oh, here we go.
following.
Okay. Okay. This is the FEAF?
Do you have
Yes,
it?
Yes.
I'll tell you.
I have it. What?
Is that,
Or is that the form? It's the other one.
that's the
too.
form, not the resolution.
Okay. The other one, thank you. Oh my God.
I don't know if you want to just hold it. 'cause
Oh,
it's not on the
Lordy.
website.
Sorry. Okay, try this one more time. Are you able to find it, Ian? Because I just lost it. So embarrassing. Okay.
Okay, how do I make this go away? Exactly.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. Okay, so nice to have a young person in that house.
We didn't get that one, right?
What?
Okay.
No, we didn't get it. It was sent by the lawyer. Sorry about this.
Can we table it till next meeting?
It shouldn't be too hard to get. I'm just having trouble with my phone. Thank you, Charlie. If you hand it to me, I'll read it.
That's why Paul's making it a point.
And what number is this resolution? It would be at the end of ours, 58.
Does it have to be in order, or can we just go out the last
Let's,
one?
No, I think we should.
Just make it number 59.
can we have a quick executive session on this?
On this?
Yeah.
Well, but how long are you gonna be in your role?
2 seconds.
7 hours.
This
that-
won't go off, will it?
So move to executive.
Whoops,
What?
is that the?
I don't know, if it shuts down,
What was that?
if it goes off, you know what I mean?
He's not going anywhere.
No, I'm not, it's not gonna go off.
Okay, all right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
we can just
sorry.
do a very quick executive session.
Does that mean we leave the room or we throw?
We're gonna make everybody leave, or should we all, or should we just,
You want us to
that's fine,
exit?
just
We can
walk
do that.
right
Go into
outside.
the corridor.
We need a motion in a second.
I move that we go into executive session
I'll second.
in the hallway.
I vote yes.
Experience.
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Paul.
Nicole?
Yes.
He said yes already in
Okay.
my ear. Mrs. Ham?
What? Oh, I move that we come out of executive session.
Can I hold my time?
Does someone want to second
I'll
that?
second.
Nicole? Supervisor?
Yes.
Nicole, Councilperson Zahern? Yes. Ham and Winters? Good. Welcome back, everybody.
Okay.
We missed you.
So, this is resolution number, did we decide?
50,
59? 59?
Yes, 59.
Okay.
Yeah, 58 was the last one.
Thank you. Town of Amenia proposed sewer district number 4, resolution to declare intent for lead agency.
DJ,
Darren, you're loud, buddy.
Tracy. Crapper. She can't hear me.
That's right. Okay, proposed sewer district number 4, resolution to declare intent for lead agency and classify project as an unlisted action. Oh. Whereas the town is considering the creation of a sewer collection and treatment district encompassing an area generally referred to as the hamlet of Amenia, and whereas the town board has previously authorized the preparation of an engineering report to identify alternatives, the area of service and associated costs, and whereas pursuant to 6 NYCRR 617.6, the town board seeks to be established as lead agency as part of undertaking a coordinated review of this action with any involved and interested agencies. agencies. And whereas the town board considers the project to be an unlisted action pursuant to the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, 6 NY CRR, there we go, part. And whereas the whereas the town board has prepared part 1 of the full environmental assessment form, FEAF, in accordance with SECRA, and seeks to circulate a notice of intent to be lead agency notice by mail and email to all involved and interested agencies, who should be given 30 days to deliver any comments in response to this notice that such other involved or interested entity may have regarding the town board taking on lead agency role. Now therefore, no. Okay. I know this is really obvious. Why is it not going up?
2 fingers.
Oh, what?
2 fingers. 2 fingers.
2 fingers? Really? Lousy Apple products. No, just kidding. Worship Apple. Okay. So the town board has prepared part 1 of the FEAF in accordance with SECRA and seeks to circulate a notice of intent to be lead agency notice by mail and email to all involved and interested agencies, who should be given 30 days to deliver any comments in response to this notice that such other involved or interested entity may have regarding the town board taking on the lead agency role. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Amenia classifies the project as an unlisted action pursuant to standards in the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, and be it further resolved that it is the intention of the town board of the town of Amenia to declare itself as lead agency for SECRA coordinated review of this action, and be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Amenia hereby directs the coordination of intent for lead agency designation with all involved agencies for the project through the service of a notice of intent indicating that the town board of the town of Amenia seeks to be designated as lead agency for this action. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes?
Council members Ahern?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Charlie can have his iPad back at any point. Thank you for its use.
It's an iPad. I love it.
Okay, again, nice to have younger people in the room, although, you know, not that young. But, okay, so, Paul, were you finished with your comments?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, you know, I would like for people to reach out to me and tell me what they think.
Good, since
12
you're
years
drafting
or
it.
12 years or 16 years. You know, I took an informal survey on Facebook there, but I'd like to hear from residents that don't use Facebook, because not everybody does that.
Even I've stopped. Okay, do the other board members have any other matters?
No.
Well, I would need to make a motion to go into executive session for the
Oh.
purpose of legal counsel.
Oh, right.
Legal advice, excusing the town clerk, and discussing the Kent Howell litigation with the town attorney.
Right. And there's another issue too, right, before we do that, or we don't know?
It's for legal advice.
Oh, yeah, we have one other legal matter, so it isn't all Ken Hollow, because I'm not supposed to be here for Ken Hollow, again, in case anyone's worried. Okay, so,
Are
what?
you seconding that?
I'll second that motion.
All right. It's 8:20 PM. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes?
Council members Ahern?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
Good to see everybody.
Thank